What's up, everybody? Let me know when you're on, if you can see and hear me. I already scheduled this ahead today, so I don't have to share it around. So I'm not going to have anything to ramble about for the first few minutes while people start to show up. That's okay. Today, so I don't have to share it around. So I'm not going to have But yeah, just let me know that you're here, that the sound and video is okay. All that stuff. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Ranjit waves on Instagram. What's up, Ranjit? Brian says, good morning, Chris. Good morning, Brian. Michael, haven't seen you in a long time. How's it going, buddy? David is here. What's up, David? Glad you we got you sorted out. Brian says, sorry, good afternoon. Yeah, well, you know, it's all a matter of perspective, right? That's what I'm laughing at, Spinato, who says, Jimmy Eat World. Yes, you're right, and it's almost over. I didn't want to, I love that song, so I didn't want it to stop it. Davies Halle Mary is on Instagram. Simo is on YouTube. Wally World WF says, sky is falling. Yeah. Whew, man, people sure do overreact to this stuff. Craig's is here. Hey, what's going on, Craig? Anthony is here. What's up, Anthony? Francis says, good morning from Vancouver. Good morning, Francis. Gerald says, good day, Chris. Good day, Gerald. Glenn says, hey, Chris. Randy says, yo, call me Duncan. I don't get that. David says, 8 p.m. here in the UK. Just had a nice curry and a beer. Ooh, I could go for some curry. I don't drink, though. I actually don't have a ton to say about it because this is fresh still. And I more want to talk about the way that people react or overreact to these things, but we are going to talk about that. But I want to give people a few more minutes to get on. But oh boy, lots of turnout today. Clickbait is, it always works. Feel bad about it, but I know it's something that people want to talk about too. So Chemdry says, hi from Ireland. Oh, hey, cool. Hello from South Carolina. We'll give it about 2 more minutes and we'll talk about what we got. If you have any questions about, well, anything really, algorithms or anything, just go ahead and fire those off and then we'll talk a little bit about it. There's really not enough to go into depth on it because it just happened yesterday or 2 days ago. I think it was yesterday. I didn't really see much from it. There's one site that I had that had, there's one site that did really, really well, one site that did really poorly, and the rest are pretty much business as usual. But yeah, so I'm going to give a few more minutes for folks to get on. It is rare to get this many people right at the beginning, though. Kanat just showed up just for the Jimmy Eat World, so they're probably going to bounce now. Well, yeah, I don't know what else to ramble about. I'm going to wait until we've been here for 5 minutes, and then we'll talk a little bit about update. Although, again, not a lot of information just yet. I'll tell you the things that I've seen, but it's not enough. It's not enough evidence to come to any conclusions. I'll just tell you what I've seen so far, and then we'll get into it from there. Brian says it's 5 a.m. down under. Man, you are an early riser. David says, how you doing yourself, Chris? I'm actually doing pretty well, thank you. I appreciate you asking. It's been a good week so far. Simo says, sounds like there's more people today. Definitely. Building Futures Marketing, which I believe is Brian, says, hey, Chris. Joshua says, clickbait mastery. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty proud of that one. I mean, obviously I'm overstating things and I'm more mocking the way everybody reacts whenever there is one of these things. But, I think it's a good topic as well. It's definitely on the minds of people. Arslan says, yeah, side effect today. Yeah, so basically what I saw so far, I track about 45 to 50 sites, and I have other data that I can get into that I have access to, I should say. And I've really only seen a handful of major changes. I saw I have one affiliate site that really took a tumble, and I know a couple other folks that had affiliate sites that really took a big hit. I have one local site that really improved dramatically, and the niches couldn't be any more different. But for the most part, I haven't seen a ton of hits yet, so we'll have to keep monitoring it. But it seems to me that it's the two sites that I saw effects on. Well, I had a couple that dropped a little bit, and both of them were EMDs. So that's something to keep and track on. Again, there's not enough data yet to draw any sort of conclusions. So that's what I'm seeing so far. I'm seeing people in groups and stuff say that there is a lot of local sites affected. That hasn't been my experience, fortunately, so far. So let me just keep up on the questions while we're at it. Hey, Chris, how are you doing? It's Indika. Doing good, Indika. How are you? Anthony says, I'm here for you to fix my client massive ranking drop from core update. So the best thing you can do for the moment is nothing. I know that's painful, especially when you have a client that's calling, why isn't my phone ranking or whatever or is the situation. But right now it's still going on and it takes a while to roll out. So anything you do now, you won't be able to determine if that helped, if it hurt, or if it worked at all, didn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's hard, I know it's frustrating, but that's kind of the game that we have to play. When something like this major like this changes outside of our control, there's only so much we can do other than go play some PlayStation or Xbox or however you waste time. And I know that that's frustrating and it's probably not what people want to hear, but as long as you've been doing good fundamentals, you should be okay once everything shakes out. A lot of times they'll do this is opinion, but they will make a big change and then they will pull it. They'll see who overreacts and then they'll pull it back to kind of like fish people out. That's just my opinion, but I've seen it enough, Randy says had to switch platforms. Facebook Live always freezes up on my Windows 10 machine. No idea why. Were Jim here, he would say it's because it's a Windows machine, but Jim would be wrong. How are you showing the comments on the screen? The tool that I use to do live streaming is called StreamYard, and that's one of the features that it provides. It's a great tool if you do any live streaming. Expert Web Design says one of my web pages went from position 30 to 7. It's an Amazon affiliate page with around 5,000 searches per month. Hopefully it will improve more. Awesome. I mean, it's great to see some people benefiting from it. It would be better if Amazon hadn't cut that percentage, but that's another conversation. Glenn says ranking for my local business sites are up dramatically. Excellent. Good to hear people doing well. Arslan says, I think after core updates, we published 120% optimized content on our sites. There's no one thing that we do. The best thing to do is wait for it to be over and then just collect some data based on what you saw during it. And then you can make whatever changes need to be made. But right now it's still happening. So any adaptation you make, you don't have enough data to make an informed decision yet. And that's nothing against you. That's anybody, me, anybody. Brian says, would I be better off not mentioning anything to my clients? I think it depends on the client and the relationship that you have with them. If they are someone that is going to be checking it and it's going to affect their business quickly, then I would have an answer ready. If there's someone that leaves it alone and just kind of rely on you for that sort of information, then I don't think there's any reason to stress them out. So I would have an answer chambered in case, it comes up, but it wouldn't make the situation worse. What's that expression? It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. I think that's probably the approach I would take, but that depends on you. Jim says, I'm here and I am wrong. I agree with Chris. Great. Simo says, what's the topic today? I mean, we could be any topic on any day, but we're actually talking about SEO and a Google Core update that came out today. So there you go. Oh man. Indika says, I was inspiring from you and created my first gig on Legiit. First time in any marketplace. Thank you. Thank you, man. That makes me so happy to see people, putting in the effort. I'd be happy to take a look at what your service is and see what we can do, that makes me very happy though. Thank you so much for doing that. And I look forward to it being a success for you. So that's awesome. That just like makes my day. You have no idea. Maybe you do. Let me freeze frame that again. And as I've told you before, if you say anything positive, I'm probably going to save it. So just be aware of that. Hopefully Jim sees that as well. Oops. Arslan says, my clients start message to me. What happened? We lost a ranking. Yeah, I mean, I have some like that as well. I mean, fortunately, none of my clients, that's like always the sites that I worry the most about because, none of my clients really lost much ranking. Neither did Legiit, which is nice. But yeah, if you have those kinds of clients, you have to come up with a way to explain it to them in a calm and rational way. Tell them that this is just part of business and that what you do is fundamental, assuming that this is the truth, what you do is fundamental SEO and you will end up being the winner in that because in order for one person's rankings to go down, somebody else's has to go up. So you can explain it to them that what to do once this is over and correct for it while everybody else is going to freak out and make changes. So tell them to be patient, be calm, and that they trust in you to fix it as it goes along. Jim says, share the link, Indigo. We want to see it. Nice work taking action. Absolutely. Brian says, Glenn, how do you know your clients have moved so quickly? Do you have a tool that you use? Brian, he's probably using some sort of rank tracker. There's literally hundreds of them out there. I use Pro Rank Tracker, but it's just a matter of preference, Simo says, I can't relate to that. I've tried to understand how does SEO work, but I don't think I will get it, so I'm leaving it alone. There are days when I wish I was leaving it alone too. I'm not going to lie, but if it's something that interests you, you can get it. But it's definitely not for everyone. Giving Back Always, my favorite username, is on Instagram. Hello. Alan says, Chris, what is the best way to open a vendor's account on Legiit? I thought there used to be a link in the academy to begin the process. There's not really a specific vendor or when you have an account, you have an account, whether it's a customer or buyer, they're not like a separate thing. And it's not like some other sites where you have to like flip between the two. All you have to do is click the start selling that's somewhere on your dashboard. I can't bring it up because all of mine have selling enabled, but you just click start selling and you can list your first service right away. And I'm pretty sure there's a help desk video for that. Let me see if there is. If not, then I need to get on that. Glenn says he uses SEMrush for tracking rank. I'm not a big SEMrush fan. I don't know why. No, I don't think I actually have how to. That's pretty bad. Oh, how to create a service on Legiit. Here we go. Here you go, Alan, and anybody else. That's kind of the steps to it. But it's not like a separate account. I know that like Upwork and Fiverr have it to where it's like you have your buyer's account and your seller's account. We don't have that. And that's it does create some problems for us on the back end, but I think that's much more user-friendly in my opinion. So, blow. Yeah, as far as the update, the best thing you can do right now is nothing. I know when you have like Arslan or I think it was Anthony who have seen dramatic drops, and I had another person message me earlier about it, but you just have to hang tight and see how it plays out, and then we can kind of collect enough data to see what happened and adapt as it goes on. The reason I did the clickbait thumbnail and title and everything was one, because it works, and two, because that's the way a lot of people react. And what they end up doing is causing more problems for themselves by going out there and buying extra links or changing their content without a complete data set in order to base those decisions on. So I hope that answers. I hope I've covered that to people's satisfaction. If you were expecting me to have like an answer on what to do, then I'm sorry if I led you on. But there's nobody does, and if they do tell you that they do, they're lying, or they are just wrong. So because it's just too soon. Even Google itself says that it takes a couple weeks for the full update to roll out. So it's a massive algorithm, probably the most sophisticated computer program in human history. So you gotta take that into account. Alan says, okay, thank you. Do you like Spy Foo? I like it for pay-per-click research and things like that. For a long time, I had the #1 video in YouTube for Spy Foo. I wonder if I still do. Oh, I just typed YouTube into YouTube. At least I'm pretty. And it's dropped a few spots. It's #4 now. I used to have #1 for a Spy Foo. David says, I'm using Surfer SEO. That's a good tool. If you want a leaner version of Surfer SEO, you can check out Audit as well. Jim says, no more complicated than anything built for Windows ever. Wassless says, yay, I didn't miss the stream today. Hope everything is doing well. By the way, I figured out why some people are having trouble turning on notifications from a live stream. At least I think I did. I have to turn on monetization and then tell it that this is not for children. And I have to do that on every freaking video, including live stream. So I think that's probably why people are having that trouble. So if anybody's on right now, could you maybe do me a favor and click subscribe on YouTube and subscribe and then the notification bell and let me know if it works. Brian says, thanks, Glenn. And I'm going to get some water. Good turnout today. So that's kind of all. I mean, that's the main thing I have to say about the update. So it's on people's minds, so I wanted to talk about it. But what I mostly want to do is put your mind at ease that as long as you're doing fundamentals and not doing all that gimmicky crap that people do, like particularly people that do lead gen SEO, and I'm not knocking on anybody, but they rely on a lot of gimmicks and stuff. And I think that as long as you do fundamentals, like good content, good site structure, and quality linking, you don't get hurt by algorithm updates nearly as much, if not at all. So Wassless says, still not working. Well, I tried. Simo says, sorry to be off topic again. No. The topic is just, there's no off topic. I just pick a topic because, well, I might as well take advantage of the SEO for YouTube. But no, you can say whatever you want or ask whatever you want. Yesterday, I placed a bid on a job and I got hired. Customer was happy, gave me 5 stars, but I can't find that review when I visit my account as a client. I can show you how to do that. Those are a little bit different. So I think I can figure out who you are. Let me see. All right. So let's share screen. So what you did there was it's kind of like a custom order. So you weren't actually selling your standard. Wow, you've added a lot of services since I looked at your profile last. Good job. You weren't selling your standard service. You were selling it's kind of like a custom order. Jobs work the same way. What you can do is come up here. You see where it says on your profile, custom order reviews. You view order. Excellent, finished product and quickly done. So there you go. That's your review there. So looks like we need to tweak the way that looks a little bit, but yeah, that's where it'll be on your profile under custom order review, because it's not this service you sold. It's a variation on it, if that makes sense. Brian says, actually, I found on YouTube that I could click notifications this morning around 4 a.m. Man, dude, what time do you get up? I mean, I thank you. I don't know how you do it. Indica says, I've sent my gig to Jim through Facebook message. Please have a look. Thanks a lot, guys. We can look at it live if you want. And, that maybe it'll get you some exposure as well. That worked out well for Simo and for Wassless and some others. So it's up to you. I get my you may not want to, but yeah. David says, I grabbed audit when you had the offer for people in Academy. It's not come through, though. Message support. Okay. Jonathan says, Chris, you said to do nothing. How do you feel about using this time to create new content? I would create it, but not necessarily upload it yet. Like, I know it's like counterintuitive to a lot of folks, but I would really use this time to go play Xbox or work on getting some clients or something else, Simo says, that's actually a different one. All right, I'll look into it. Chris Vesco says, hey, Chris, regarding Legiit messages sent to repeat buyers, do you have a different pre-written message, or do you always send out the same to those repeat buyers? I don't message repeat buyers on the platform. Even if it's repeat buyers, I don't do that. Unless you mean like delivery message, but I don't send them like a cold message on the platform. They hate that. Even like repeat buyers, they just absolutely hate that. So like they will still report it as spam. Wassless says, sorry if this is a support related question, but on the recurring services, if I change the price, is there a way to change the price without changing the price of the people who joined it before? I would think it would only apply to new people. I don't think it would change. I don't think it would affect the people already signed up. You can try it. I think that Jim and I are the only ones signed up, so you can try it, but I don't think it would affect it. Oh, and there's Indica's link. Let me see if I can find that. One thing I don't like about StreamYard is that I can't copy and paste from the comments, like in the I don't know what you call it, the waiting room or whatever that I have here. So that is a little frustrating in situations like this, but that's okay. Part of being a good entrepreneur is being able to improvise. So let's see what Indica has going on. Already liking what I'm seeing. Share screen. All right, let's hide the comment. I'll do trending product research for dropshipping stores. That's a really unique service. I would imagine that people that are wanting to get into e-commerce need that. So I like this. You identify the problem. You talk about what's good. Yeah, I think you've done a great job here. The only thing I would advise is just get rid of this I will do. And you can either just leave it trending product research for dropshipping stores or something like that. But get rid of this I will. We found that services that start with that, they just don't convert as well. And I don't know why, but I guess why doesn't matter. Yeah, I think it looks good. I think that's a good service too. Were I doing a e-commerce store, I would definitely want something like that. WB Keem on Instagram says, hey, WB Keem. Like, so that the people who signed up earlier still pay the same old monthly price, or is that automatic? I don't think that would change for existing people because it's a PayPal subscription. So yeah, I think you'd be fine. Simo says, I could message you the details if you want to look it up. Yeah, I won't be able to do it live, but yeah, go for it. Vasco says, I was referring to the message you send out to acknowledge an order. Oh, no, that's just, let me bring myself back on screen here. Georgia actually just says order received, thank you, or something to that effect. There's no need to get too clever with that, I don't think. Wasla says, oh, okay, thank you. No problem, thank you. Indica says, I like that. Niche the better. I think he means the more niche down, the better. And I agree with that for the most part. Simo says, good luck. Awesome. I love to see people supporting each other. That makes me so happy. Right, fam, we are 24 minutes in. Craig says, I can vouch he's missing a review. Okay, we'll look into it. Brian says, if this is not the right place, it's okay not to show. In job search, my proposal status, will we ever have a response time or some sort of notification of the job actually went ahead? How can I delete proposals that are old? So you mean if when you bid on or when you placed? I don't totally follow you. I doubt that we will do a notification on if you didn't get it, but I think we already do when you get awarded one, if that's what you mean. Kamar says, hey, Chris, how are you? Doing great, Kamar. Thank you. Indica says, I will add more e-commerce services. Thank you so much. I feel confidence about it. You should. It's a nice looking service, and I think it's valuable. Jim says, at Vasco, I use the same message for acknowledging the order and delivering it. I use the canned replies to save my messages and then usually tweak them a little with specifics. Yeah, I use canned replies for the most part too, although I have a unique one for each. As far as the delivery message, I have a unique one for each service, and for most of them, I have a personalized video that I send along with it. So thanking them and that sort of thing, when you bid on. So I don't know that you can delete a proposal. That's actually a good question because you may decide that you don't want to do that anymore. I doubt we'll do notifications for people that didn't get the job because it's kind of a slap in the face. But I think that you do get one for winning. So, but we'll look into that. Alan says, with this new update, at what point would you begin posting new content to a site? I would wait at least a couple weeks after the initial date. So that would be 18th, 19th, something like that. I wouldn't do anything until then, basically. David says, quick one, Chris. They say a ranking factor is a short URL. How is it done when you build sites using a silo system? I'm not sure I follow you there. The length of the URL isn't really a ranking factor other than it'll make it a little harder or easier for people to remember. But yeah, I don't, unless I'm misunderstanding your question, I don't think that that's a ranking factor. What are the chances of getting a thumbnail on videos in our gallery? Reason being, some of my clients that I'm promoting this platform to, I have used their videos in my promotion and thought they'd get a buzz out of seeing their video immediately going global. Just a thought. I think we have a default one right now. I suppose we could have it pull in whatever's there. We'll look into it. Oh, you mean like for the service? Yeah, that's not a horrible idea. We'll look into that too. Instagram's a little shy today, but everybody else is doing well. Good turnout. I'll probably make like a couple pennies in AdSense revenue off of this one. See what I did right there? That was sarcasm. Yeah, I get what you're saying, Brian. That's not a bad idea at all. Jason, hey, what's up, Jason? Haven't seen you in a while. Says, hey, how's it going? Jason at one time ranked for my name, ranked number 1 for my name. He doesn't anymore, I don't think, but I thought that was cool. Brian says, thanks, Chris. It was in the service area. Yeah, I think I know what you mean now. That's not a bad idea. This message is held for review. There we go. Jason says, yeah, I did. That's all right. Name jacking like your like your post yesterday. Exactly. That's exactly what you were doing before I made up that term, last night. Yeah, that's worked really well with him on. So, who, by the way, will be on tomorrow at the same time, 3:00. So we're looking forward to that. He's always a great guest. Yeah. Watchlist says 14 people watching on YouTube, but only 4 likes. Come on, go and like the stream. Thank you. You're a team player. You play for the team. All right. A little overcast out today. That's a little disappointing. Any thoughts on being able to group frequent orders in Legiit into a one-click option? Frequent orders to a one-click option. I'd have to think about how that would work. I definitely want as many options or as many opportunities for you to click less as possible. But I would have to think about how that would work. And by I have to think about it, I mean Jim has to think about it. Jade says, hey, Chris, how goes it today? Always doing good, Jade. I hope you're doing well as well. Says it's kind of cloudy out there too. Yeah, it's been that way here. It was really hot yesterday there. Anthony says it's overcast, but 112. It wasn't that hot. It was like 85 here yesterday. It's probably like 75 or something right now. Man, that's rough. Brian says, Chris, you mentioned not to put up new content for a couple weeks. What about when launching a new website? Yeah, that's fine. You probably won't have to worry about ranking right away. Anyhow. Jim says, at Allen, we've explored saying groups of services into a custom bundle coming soon-ish. All right, well, there you go. Wassler says, also on an affiliate site in a competitive niche, would you say tiered link building could work? And if yes, is using spun articles in tier 2 links dangerous? I mean, tiered link building absolutely works. I'm not a fan of spun articles, but I know people that are successful SEOs that are. And that's probably the best I can answer that for you. I don't think that that's the place to save your money, you know? An article costs, what, $3 or something. So you got to stay hydrated. I found some hand sanitizer at the store the other day, too. I'm really pumped about that. It's the first time in months. It smells funky, though. Even though it says fragrance-free, it's absolutely not fragrance-free. So what else is up, people? What can we get into? We got Irina. I'm just going to say Irina on Instagram. What's up, Irina? What does the term SaaS refer to? I know I could Google it, but I'd like to hear from you, Chris. It stands for software as a service. So basically any online, it doesn't necessarily have to be online, I suppose, but any software where you pay like a monthly or annual or recurring fee in order to use it, basically where you subscribe to it as opposed to where you just purchase it outright. So, but it's the acronym, and it's an acronym I know, thankfully, one of the like 3 that stands for software as a service. That, by the way, is probably my favorite type of business to do SEO for. So there's that. It's very challenging. It's not a niche I recommend going into, but I've had 4 or 5 clients in that are software that I've done very well for it, and I just enjoy it because you can use better keywords than, you know, city plumber or whatever. All right, 33 minutes in. Time flies. Woo. Pumped. Also kind of hungry. Check on, make sure I didn't miss anybody else's questions, because that would stink. I don't like to leave folks out, except for Georgie. George is like my little brother. I pick on him constantly. Really struggling to get clients from position 4 or 5 to first, even using Surfer SEO. Please, tips, please. I mean, I would have to see specific instances, but if you've got the on page dialed in, and I assume that you mean position 4 or 5 on page 1, then you are going to have to look at little tiebreakers, whether it's site speed, whether it's what else? Just site maps. Make sure you have all your like legal pages, your interlinking done properly, things like that. You know, those are the kinds of things that make the difference. And if you get everything equal, then one strong link with an exact anchor should probably do the rest. Again, this is just general advice because I don't know the specific situation, but that would be my recommendation. Wassler says, thanks for your help. I mean, for like all the tier 1s, I wanted to use real articles, but I was wondering if spun for tier 2 is dangerous, but I guess that means it is. I wouldn't say it's dangerous. I don't know. I just don't like it, but it should be fine. I don't think it'll harm anything. Jonathan says, content, how do you identify legendary writers that can really engage readers? Are you asking, I don't get this question. Are you asking how to hire a copywriter or a content writer? I don't know about legendary. I'm not Barney Stinson. because How I Met Your Mother. No. Hold on, I got to give Ben Allen some shit right now. Oh, there goes the monetization. I was doing so good, too. Let me make sure. Mohammed says, my site has gone from position 19 to 120. Will this be back or just we get marked as penalized? It just started today. I wouldn't do anything right now. I can't say that you'll get it back, but I will say that if you don't have a manual penalty, you will be able to get it back, but you got to be patient right now. I know that sucks, but that's the game we play, you know. Watchlist says, okay, thanks a lot. Where is Ben? Jonathan says, yes. Okay. I mean, really you just have to look at their past experience, talk to people that have used it. It's just like making any other decision, you know, look at their work, all those things, you know, there's really no secret. You just got to look at their work and go by referrals, you know. Brian says, in the job proposal section, how can I delete old proposals? Did you mention? If so, I missed it. I don't know that you can right now. We'll look into it though. Greg says, there goes the 3 cents money from ads. Yep. So much for the getting cheese on the Whopper tonight. Dexter says, have websites already been affected by the update? Sure, yeah. I haven't had anything that makes me want to go back to law school or anything, but I know some people have taken some pretty big hits. So, but other people, not so much. So yes, it already has started rolling out, and it will continue over the next 2 weeks or so. Mohammed says, all right, thank you, sir. Thank you, Mohammed. I know it's hard, man. I know that you put in all this work and you get some success with it, and then Google, you know, flips a switch and it goes away. And unfortunately, you know, we're playing in their sandbox, so we just have to handle it the best that we can and just be patient and adapt, you know. Where did you get your legal pages for your site, like privacy policy and disclaimers, etc.? For the sites that matter, for like Legiit, we had an attorney draft them. For like little affiliate sites or whatever, I just do the templates. There's a plugin, legal pages. If you search legal pages in the WordPress repository, you'll find it. But for big sites like Legiit and things like that, where we're dealing with people's money, we had an attorney draft them. Mohammed says, can we still use Web 2.0, expired Blogspot, Tumblr, Weebly for ranking, or this will not work in 2022? They have their place, but you can't just blast hundreds of them and rank like you used to. What you can do is create branded ones around your homepage. So mohammedsite.weebly.com, mohammedsite.tumblr.com, and so on. Those can help build brand around your site, but you can't just, you know, get a bunch of expired ones and build links out from them and rank. I wouldn't do that. In fact, if you have been doing that, that might be part of the problem that you're having. I don't know. I don't have enough information, but that's not something I suggest. Dexter says, cheers. Cheers, Dexter. Watchlist says, my site has literally been shuffling around for over a month between position 3 and 10 for the past month. That's Google testing to see what converts better. If it's staying on the homepage, that's Google trying to see what site gets the best click through and stuff. So what I would do is once the SERP settles down, is play with the meta title and meta description and see if you can't improve that to where people will be more likely to click through to your site and stay on it. Nick, let's see what a different post I don't want to miss. Nick B says, wow. All right. Mohammed says, thanks, sir. Thank you, Mohammed. Francis says, can I write an article with zero search on Ahrefs? Sure, yeah. In fact, that's one of my favorite affiliate marketing techniques for far as affiliate SEO sites go, is to find low, I don't know about on Ahrefs, but low search volume or no search volume keywords, but keywords that have buyer intent, and then snipe a bunch of those and build up authority on my site for that topic. So yeah, you can do that. Watsla says, yeah, I've changed it 2-3 days ago to a really exact number, and it's gone up a little. Good, good. Of course, right now, there's no telling whether it's algorithm or whatever, but yeah, no, that's generally what you play with. That sounds bad. That's generally what you adjust when in that situation. So, all righty. Get some water while the questions pop over from YouTube. I don't know why there's a delay. Can I use Legiit Web 2.0 links to my Amazon URL? Can you clarify what you mean? Do you mean legit like legit, or legit like legitimate? And then do you mean directly to your Amazon affiliate URL or to an affiliate site? So just clear that up for me a little bit so I can make sure I answer it the right way. So I don't want to give you bad information. Doobie-doobie-doo. Tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern, which was the same time we started today for reference for those of you in other time zones, I'm going to have my friend Iman Shafi on. He's been on at least a couple times before. He's always a great interview. He's got a lot of experience. He's a young kid. I mean, I say young. He's like 22, 23, something like that. He's done freelancing. He's done SEO. He's done consulting. He's done clients. He's big into crypto. So it should be a good interview. And the best part about having a guest on is that there's less for me to do. So I look forward to that too, for that reason too. We got Wheels of Hope Rising on Instagram. Hello. Wheels of Hope Rising. Let's see. Francis says, can I use service offered by Legiit on Web 2.0 links and use it for backlinks to my articles that contain as Amazon affiliate links? That's one piece of backlinking that you can use if done strategically. I don't want to give a yes, and I don't want to talk about I don't know what specific service you're looking at, but it's not it's not the top way to go about it, but when done strategically from good Web 2.0s, yes. Oops. Mohammed says, sir, what's the best way to create backlinks except guest blogging, as they are hard to get? So please suggest the power backlink source or way. So my approach to backlinks is this. The first thing I do, we're going to talk about it, is if it's a local site. It's slightly different for affiliate, but not that much. Is I do social profiles, citations, and Web 2.0 all branded to the homepage. Then I do, for a inner page, I do social profiles and Web 2.0s that are keyword optimized. And then I do either a press release, domain authority stack, or both. And by that point, if I've done my on page and my linking correctly, I then do start with powerful links like guest posts, niche edits, and PBNs to get it the rest of the way there. I call that the knockout punch. So that's kind of my approach, is homepage branded properties, inner page keyword optimized properties, PBNs, guest posts, and niche edits to both homepage and inner page. Watslis says, did you say same time as today? Sorry, I didn't understand. Yes, same time as today. Vasco says, sorry, my internet cut. Thanks for the input, Jim. Chris, regarding those custom videos, that's definitely a great idea. A lot of work, though, but worth it for sure. It's not that much work. I did mine all in one evening. I wish Georgie was here because I'd give him a hard time about it, but I'm going to tell this story anyway. I spent one evening and I just did a little 1 or 2 minute video for all of my services saying, thanks so much for the buying my service. I gave you some free gifts below, and I just wanted to personally take the time to thank you. I don't mean a different one for every single one, like just one for each service. So if you have PBN links, they get the same video for PBN links. I don't mean a custom one to every customer. That would take too much time, although it's definitely a great idea. But no, just one for each service, not one for each order. But anyhow, the story was I took a few hours one night and recorded all of them. And I was anxious to see the kind of effect that it had. And a couple weeks later, I asked George, I said, this really hasn't had the same impact changing our delivery message. And he's like, I forgot to change them. I was so mad. Like, it's the only time I've ever really gotten mad at him. And it's such a minor thing, but yeah. Raul says, what's better, homepage link or contextual link? Do you mean linking from? Can you be more specific? Do you mean an inbound link, an outbound link? Just tell me a little bit more about what you're asking so I can answer it the right way. Does a list exist for Web 2.0? I'm pretty sure you're in Superstar SEO Academy, located at superstarseo.com/monthly. There's a list in the Facebook group, I believe, that Jeff put together a while back. So just go in that Facebook group, the Academy Facebook group, and look over in files. I'm pretty sure that there's a list in there. Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you, Wassless. Mohammed says, thanks again for sharing this. No problem. Thank you. Vasco says, poor Georgie, what impact did you see? I don't know. It's not something you can really measure. But people, I've been told, I've been thanked for it. And it definitely helps drive people to the things that I mentioned in the video. So, and unfortunately, it's not really like a metric type of thing, Francis says, my last question, sir. I wish people would stop calling me sir. It makes me feel old. I say is getting 6,000 organic traffic every month. Not bad. And how do I hit 20,000 visitors? Backlinks or more articles, how to 0 to 10 searches on SEMrush, low competition. So I think what you're asking generally is how to get more traffic. And there are a few ways. If you want to get it through SEO, then you have to rank for more keywords, basically, and get more search that way. If it's just traffic in general, you want to use social media. You want to use paid advertising. You want to use email. There are other traffic sources. And if anything that Google Updates should teach you is not to rely on one particular traffic source. So you either need to rank for more keywords if you just want to get SEO traffic, or you're going to have to leverage other traffic channels. So Arthur Turchin says, I'm sorry, I don't understand what you said. It's in a different language. Brian says, thanks, Chris. Thank you, Brian. Raul says, if I'm taking a link from site A, then what is more safe? I take a link from its homepage or make article on the site and then take link. It depends on the situation and the type of site. If it's somebody else's business, it doesn't make a ton of sense for them to link to you from their homepage, But if it's like a PBN, then it's more important to get it on the homepage. So it just depends on the situation. But generally speaking, most links are not going to come from the homepage, but that doesn't mean that it's bad. I hope that answered that. Wasla says, if you have a question keyword, get someone to ask an exact match question on Quora, then buy thousands of fake traffic and 50 to 100 fake upvotes to an answer with a link to your site. Could this help SEO? I don't know. I haven't done that. Quora is definitely good for traffic, but I haven't done that kind of manipulation of it. Has Google given the latest update any name? Not that it really matters. Actually, they've gotten to where they try not to let that happen. I think that they just call it a core update now. For whatever reason, they always hated the way that SEOs named them. Lastly, this says, also, couldn't it shoot your answer on top and could help you get traffic from Quora too? I don't 100% know. I don't know a lot about Quora, but I think that you have to have a certain type of account to get any weight to your votes into your answer. But again, I don't have enough experience with it to give you a good answer. Excuse me. Wassless says, thank you. Thank you, Wassless. I'm not sure what Brian means about that, but I think we all know I think we're all over that. Man, good turnout today. Waiting for a question to migrate its way over from YouTube into StreamYard. Raul says, thank you. And one more. Is Google consider schema still for ranking factor? Schema is definitely a ranking factor. Yeah. I mean, you have to be smart with it and not overdo it, but using the right schema in the right place, that's another tiebreaker for, I think it was David was asking about how to get from 5 to 1. You definitely got, that's something you can look at too, David, if you're still watching, is look into doing the right kind of schema for whatever it is you're trying to rank for. But yeah, schema is definitely a factor. It's probably not as big a factor as some people think it is, but I know people that swear by a particularly like blog post or article schema for their blog sites. So yes. All right, we are 51 minutes into this thing. Man, what a great session today. So normally we go for an hour, but there's so many folks on, I don't want this to die down. So as long as you keep not lining them up, I'll keep knocking them down. But we've kind of covered the main topic for today. I hope that the clickbait didn't bother anybody, but judging by the turnout, it didn't. So if it did, I apologize. But it was, it wasn't necessarily clickbait today. I mean, it was, but it's a point that I'm trying to make is that people really overreact and do things that they would have been better off not doing. Raul says, thank you. Thank you, Raul. Francis says, how many guest posts to rank an article from 20th to top 5 in Google? I have lots of 11th to 20th positions in Google. This is going to be the ultimate SEO answer, but it depends. It depends on, the competition, the difficulty, what other people are doing, your anchor text strategy, how good your on page is, how much authority your site has. There's never any one answer to a question in SEO that has a particular number. Like any question that's answered would be a number. It's always going to be, it depends, unfortunately. That said, if you are from positions 11 to 20 and you've done the other things right, if you can, I wouldn't think it would take more than a few, Wasla says clickbait works so well though, as long as you have good content in it, it's fine. In my opinion, yeah, I do agree to some extent. I mean, it offends some people, not offends, but pisses some people off. But it's like one of those things. Like when I used to work in politics, one of the complaints that we would always get would be, I hate elections, I hate politics because all it is a bunch of negative ads. And I get that, but like that's what works. They would stop doing that if it stopped working. So we have to, when there's things that we don't like that work, we have to fix ourselves before we can fix the problem, So, and I know people don't always like to hear that, but I think that that's the case with clickbait as well as negative political ads and a lot of other things I could get into, but won't. Francis says, I ordered a rental link from cannot disclose, and my 40th jumped to 20th in a week, and then I stopped the service, and my rankings dropped. Yeah, they probably removed the link after you stop renting it. That's normal, so. Brian says, when butterflies get nervous, do they feel humans in their stomach? I'm going to steal that later and not give you credit, just so you know. I'm definitely using that one, though. That's funny. I love a good dad joke. I needed that. In fact, I'm going to steal that and put it in our Slack channel right now. Right meow. All right, 55 minutes in. Timo says, I'm just watching here. I can't interact today. Sure you can. You can always ask or talk about whatever you want. Just because the topic I picked happened to be SEO related doesn't mean that's what we have to talk about. I mean, Brian was just telling about a dad joke, you know. This is an all-purpose live stream. The clickbait thumbnail and title is to get me more views. I'm not going to lie. That way I can run ads to them. Dad jokes are great. I bought a vacuum cleaner 6 months ago, and all it's doing is gathering dust. Oh, that's great too. You're really talented at these. I'm copying that one too. Zero shame in my game. All right. All right, everybody. Anything else we'd like to get into today? Been here for almost an hour now, but there's still a good number of people on. So I don't want to leave anybody behind, but I also don't want to talk to myself. Alan says, I cannot lie. I'm pretty good at telling the truth. Alan is one of my inspirations when it comes to dad jokes. I'm not going to lie. You must have a big butt because you cannot lie. A little Gen X humor there for you. All right, seems like the comments are dying down, but we'll let it ride for at least another 3 minutes. Let it ride. Makes me think of Vegas. I love Vegas. I really wanted to go this summer, but I guess that's probably not going to happen. Simo said, no. Brian says, you're allowed. I owe you, Chris. Oh, well, thank you. Oh, boy. Do you have any info on how good-looking services do on Legiit, like in comparison to other services? I mean, I don't have hard numbers, but I know that I can look at the top selling services and sellers and know that 99% of them are look good. Yeah. And it's just common sense. It's basic marketing. That said, that's not necessarily true. I mean, it is on Legiit, but not necessarily in other parts of marketing. Like ugly landing pages sometimes convert better, but on Legiit, they do well. One thing I will say though is the people that use infographics as their sales page don't do as well, generally speaking. I find that text works better, well-formatted text. Boom, boom. Simo says, do people really give importance to that? It's not so much that they give importance to it, it's just psychological. Like if something is hard to read or doesn't flow well or isn't attractive, people in their mind associate that with lower quality, whether that's fair or not. So, I mean, it's just the way marketing and things work. If you ever want to see that in action, run an ugly Facebook ad and and then go read the comments after a couple weeks, because damn. Randy says BTO, Bachman Turner Overdrive. Brian says, I've been to Vegas once, want to go back, got married there by Elvis. Awesome. You really did Vegas right. Pedro says, I think that means shout out from Japan. That's awesome. Thank you, Pedro. If I misinterpreted what you said, I do apologize, but I think that's what you meant. So thank you, Pedro. Let it ride. Oh, yeah, of course. Wow. Randy went really old school. You should be impressed that I knew what BTO meant, because that's a bit outside my musical taste, and I'm terrible with acronyms. Wassless says, yeah, that guy, the affiliate marketing dude, has the ugliest website but seems to make a ton of course sales. I'm not sure who you mean. Do you mean a deadbeat affiliate or somebody else? Chris, can you do a sales page review for my social signal service? Recently updated it. Would really like to know what you think and how I can improve it. Thanks. Sure, just drop it in. Let's see. Tyler, hey Tyler, hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you in a while. Says just got here, so I don't know what niches were affected by my website. Has stood rock solid in the top 4 of organic and local. The stuff in the academy works, and it gives your website a solid foundation for the future. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Oh, Instagram's over. Thank you so much. First of all, I'm glad to see you're still doing well, and that makes me happy. I'm glad that we're able to help you and get you some results. Help you get some results for yourself. So thank you for that feedback, and I'm glad you're doing well. And I am going to save that. Yes, Pasco, drop your link, and I'll check it out for you. Randy says, I was. Creds to you. Well, thank you. Thank you. I won't embarrass you by telling you that my mom listens to them. Although I guess I just kind of did. Does Parasite SEO work? I haven't done it in a while. I used to. What is going on? Sorry, just making sure that Instagram gets shared to my story. I don't know why it doesn't do that by default. No, he's called the affiliate marketing dude. I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with him then. Can I use Medium and blast gas? GSA, I assume that means backlinks to my Medium article with link back to my money site? I don't know. Medium does rank well if you write a well-optimized article on it, but I haven't done that. Gets a decent amount of traffic too. He's like top 100 in Alexa with a lot from search. Interesting. Oh, goodness. What happened with the Google update? I just jumped in. It's too soon to tell. It just happened yesterday or the day before. Some people are saying that they held solid. Some people are saying that they've lost a lot. Some people are saying that they've seen an improvement. So it's too soon to tell. But the thing to do right now, especially because they flat out said it takes a couple weeks for it to roll out, the thing to do right now is to just be patient and not make any major or even really minor changes until it settles down, and then you have more data on which to make decisions. Right now, if you're going to end up being like the dude in my thumbnail, if you make changes right now, and you're going to drive yourself nuts because you're not going to have adequate, or you're not going to have the correct amount of information to know if what you did or did not help. So my suggestion right now is to go play some PlayStation. And to just try, if your clients are calling you and that sort of thing, just come up with an answer that shows confidence in your ability and that you can help them get through it, or that it won't affect them. So that's kind of the answer to that. All right. Ooh, over an hour. Still a good amount of people on. So like I said, we will keep this party going as long as people are still interacting, at least for another little bit. So what else? What's up? Other than Google up. Oh, did anybody see what happened with LinkedIn today? Apparently they did something. I don't know what happened exactly, but apparently they got the www version of their site de-indexed today. Oh, it's fixed now. Earlier, they actually got parts of LinkedIn actually got de-indexed. So that's kind of crazy. It's like no matter what level you're at, you're never safe, Oops, I already answered that. Kathy says hi. Hello, Kathy. Thank you for joining. All right. It's starting to die down a little bit, but still a good turnout. And actually, YouTube has more people than Facebook right now. That's rare. Rarer than a steak. Alistair says greetings. Hello, Alistair. Good to see you. You got a cat picture there. That always makes me happy. I like cats. Benata says, yeah, it was their robot.txt file. Oh, okay. That makes sense. Actually, I did have a problem with Legiit like that a few weeks ago. It didn't go that extreme, thankfully, but what was happening was it wasn't pulling in any meta titles or descriptions. And it kept telling me that Google kept telling me they couldn't crawl the site because of robots.txt, even though it was set up correctly. And we ended up having to mess around with that. And we finally got it fixed, but I feel their pain. So Vasquez says, I'm not sure I can send links on here. You can try it. If not, then you can just PM it to me on Facebook and I'll bring it up that way. Wasla says, got 10 likes on this live stream today. I think my comment earlier helped. I think it did too. I appreciate that. Thank you. Wasla says 11 now. Yay. Awesome. Awesome. Keep it going. I appreciate that. Makes the algorithm happy. Francis says, can I copy and paste all my articles on Scoop It and Medium? What will happen to my site? I wouldn't. I would create something unique, but it's probably fine. We actually do that, or well, not so much anymore, but we were doing that with the Legiit blog over to my Medium and some other places to Medium. So that's probably okay. I wouldn't spend a lot of time on it though. All right. Still a good amount of folks on, so we will keep going unless there's nothing else you want to talk about. Vasco says sent. All right. Let's see. Let's have a look. Because I love bringing up I love having Legiit on the screen. All right. Thumbnail is good, although, and this is a problem I have too. You might try smiling, although I never smile in my pictures. Social signals, 8 social networks. Thumbnail looks good. Social signals are key for any link building strategy. If you want to rank in Google in 2020, you need social signals. That sounds familiar. But who am I and why should you trust me? I'm Vasco, an SEO aficionado. Here's me. I like that. You look goofy. And I mean that as a compliment. People relate to, that sort of thing. On top of that, one of the top sellers on Legiit, a founding member of the platform, premium seller, and have completed 2,500 plus complete orders. It's interesting to me that you blocked out your stats, although that has improved. But, I've helped many individuals, entrepreneurs, and agencies take their business to the next level. I like that. It's proof. What do you get with the base package? And then you explain what you get, and this and more. URLs accepted. What does it include? Important notes. This is a bit misleading because that was back when we were in beta, but you might as well leverage what you have. But that was just back when we were testing the site because you really are a founding member, but let's be honest, I didn't actually use your service here. But, the reviews are genuine. So I don't know. I think it looks good. The only thing I would advise would be, and maybe it's because I skimmed over it, but you talk about the benefit here a little bit, but I don't think you dig into the benefit quite enough. So I would work on explaining, and again, I haven't necessarily read the whole thing because, we're live, but yeah, I would work on the benefits for the customer a little bit. But other than that, I think you're in good shape here. Yeah, that does make me laugh because those were from way back in beta because we didn't even launch until February 7th. So yeah, let's see. That was weird. It was the 11th and had stereo, but I couldn't chat on YouTube. Interesting. Simo says that thumbnail is great. I like it. Yeah, I do too. It's the colors really pop. What happened? I guess I was going too fast. That's been happening with my computer a lot lately. Yeah, the colors really pop. Your face is on it, which is good. We find that works well. So yeah, overall, I'd say it looks good. All right. What else? I'm running out of things to babble about. Let's see. Buying links without social signals, that's like eating bread without butter. You could use that. Yeah, that's kind of cool. It's kind of clever. Wow, so you really have a talent for this sort of thing. What other sites like Medium can I upload all my articles, boss? I don't really do a lot of that sort of thing. The only ones I would recommend would be LinkedIn Pulse and Medium, because those tend to be a little less spammy than other content type sites. And people actually read those. So those would be my only suggestions. Those are the only ones I really do that with. Lee says, hey, Chris. Hey, Lee. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining us today. All right, we'll keep going a few more minutes, but my voice is getting a little raw. Basco says, thanks for reviewing it, Chris. I will definitely improve it. Carl says, what are the most dangerous things you can do to a new site? I don't know. I guess would be to start with being too aggressive with links to begin with, not getting the proper foundation in before you start with like PBNs and that sort of thing. That's off the top of my head, but Brian says, stop advertising to save money is like stopping your watch to save time. Henry Ford. I like that. I'm going to steal that too. That's a good point, actually. Vasco says, interesting angle watch list. Thank you. Do you have you do have a talent for this? Chris is right. Charlene says, hey, Charlene says, hey there, I made it. Thanks for showing up, Charlene. Always a pleasure. Watchlist says, thanks, Vasco and Chris. Appreciate it. Thank you, you're welcome. Well, I really struggled to get that out. Brian says, you're welcome. Thank you again. Once again, tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern, we will be doing an actual formal version of the live stream. It'll be a Profit Academy podcast because I want to use that sexy intro video I have made. I'm not gonna lie. And my good friend Yaman Shafi will be on, and he's got a lot he can offer. So it's going to be a good time. You definitely don't want to miss out on that. Zendor. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it. Zendor, I guess. Hey, Chris, what's your suggestion for driving traffic to artistic POD account, print on demand? You're probably going to have to do some Facebook advertising. I haven't done print. I used to do print on demand, actually. I don't so much anymore, but I would think that you're probably going to need to do some targeted Facebook advertising to people in that niche. So the good thing about print on demand is you can get really niche with it, and you can create the content based on whatever market you want to go after, whatever vertical. And then you just figure out what those people are into and target them, So without more information, that's the best I can do. But I would say Facebook ads would be number one. And then you can do content too, I suppose, YouTube and that sort of thing. Carl says, what is a good foundation? Just name a service. When I say a good foundation, I just mean that you have good foundation stuff in place, SEO, well-optimized content and things like that. And as far as links, I just mean a link foundation, the basics, social profiles, citations, Web 2.0s, and so on. But there is a foundation link service I like. I'll drop that into the chat here in just a second. Dankeschön. As far as foundation link services go, this is one I really like from Ignite First. Zendor says, thanks. Thank you, Zendor. Brian says, Charlene, thanks for your kind words when I got my first order. Lots of that first order going on lately. It makes me very, very happy. Not just because, how I make money, but because it's nice to see people having good things happen. It really does make me happy to see that and be able to help people. And it's just, I don't know. For me, if it was just about making money, it wouldn't be worth it. Like I could make a living just selling my services. Just checking a couple things. Ugh. All right. For some reason, it says there was an error, but I guess it's okay. Did it show up on Facebook? Yeah, it showed up. Okay. Cool. All right. I think we're starting to wind down. Been here for an hour and 15 minutes. Charlene says, welcome. First orders and 5 stars are exciting milestones. Simo says, I feel bad for not posting when I got my first order too. Go do it now. There's no time limit. People love to hear about other people's success. Whenever you want to post it, buddy, I'll be happy to approve it. I could approve those all day long. All right, we are still going, and I think we're probably winding down. We'll go another few minutes. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting a little worn out. It's interesting because you don't think of this sort of thing as being the kind of thing that tires you out, but it really does. I mean, if you're a construction worker or something like that, obviously that's more tiring, or even like a waiter or something. But having to perform definitely has a certain energy toll as well. Great turnout, great conversation today, though. Very, very pleased with that. Charlene says, you're welcome. First, I already read that one. What happens when you post your first order or 5-star? Buyers in the group pay attention. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And you also make my day better, which should really be everyone's goal at all times. Just kidding. All right, we'll go. Been here for an hour and 17 minutes. We'll go to an hour and 25 minutes, and then we'll call it good. Because I am running out of steam. I'm not going to lie. This has been a great session, though. I'm very, very happy with that. It really makes my day. This is really like the highlight of my day doing these, at least my work day. So, and we're having a pretty good week. So, good stuff all the way around. Do we have anyone in Legiit who specializes in creating Elementor pages? I have sales pages I need converted, copy pasted from InstaBuilder, not working to Elementor. Yes. I'm going to show you 2 links on people I know that can help. And I'll tag the folks as well. You know what? Let's do it on screen because it's better to have the brand on screen. So the first one you want is DMZ. I don't know why that's his name or his username, but not DMA. Well, the typing is hard. There we go. That. And then the other one is Monkey Business. And let me tag those folks as well. And there you go. Carl says tiredness is mental like boredom. It's still real. Yeah, it's a good point. Charlene says, excellent, thank you. And the rest of the comments are me. All right, we got 5 minutes left. Then we are going to wrap up until tomorrow when I'm on with my good friend Iman, who I'm literally old enough to be his father, but yeah, no judgment. What was that song from the 90s? Age Ain't Nothing But a Number. I think that was an R. Kelly song, though. So looking back, that has a whole different perspective. Ooh. All right, guys, I'm running out of energy and things to say. So if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, we will wrap it up. Adam says, hello, Charlene Burke. I can help you. Please DM me for information. Also, Jim can also help you. So there you go. Brian says, great, Chris. Thanks for helping me start my day. Thank you for participating in mine. Wassler says, I'm pretty tired too. Glad I'm not alone. Simo says, what's the topic tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm actually doing an interview with my good friend Iman Chiffy. Matter of fact, let me bring up the link to that for anybody that wants to join. But Iman does freelancing. He's done consulting. He's done sales. He does crypto. He also is only like 22 years old, or 23. I'm not really sure. But I'm going to get the link for that for you here in just a sec. I only have the YouTube link ready, unfortunately. But that'll be tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern as well. MK says LinkedIn removed from Google's index. Yeah, I think it's back now. But yeah, we were looking at that earlier. That's crazy. Apparently, Panada, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but she was saying that apparently there was a problem with their robots.txt, but that's funny. I mean, it's not funny, but it is. It's a little bit funny. All right, guys, we got about 2 minutes left, and then we're going to call it a day because I'm whooped. Crypto, that's interesting. Age matters because y'all think I'm a grandma, and well, I'm not. I didn't say you were a grandma. Never gonna let me live that down. But if you think I'll get more orders, I'll call myself. Good for you. But no, I don't think you're a grandma. That was just an unfortunate miscommunication. Brian says, cheers. Jim says, I agree. Charlene, Chris is ageist. Well, that's just plain rude. Carl says, what's a great way to make money right now? Freelancing, without a doubt. Without a doubt, freelancing is a great way to get started because you can have sales later today, you know? So definitely, I would say freelancing. Charlene says, thank you. Nice to have you. Agree. I'm not feeling the love. I've sat here for almost an hour and a half, and I'm not feeling the love. That hurts every one of my feelings. Crypto, that's interesting. I don't know much about it, but he's quite experienced at it, so. All right. I think we are done. I'm not seeing. There's one more question. It's not really a question. Digital bin for tech says hello, Digital Bin. Unfortunately, you've gotten in right at the last minute because we've been here for an hour and a half almost, and I am running out of gas. So don't make a joke out of that. So let's go ahead and call it a day. I think, guys, I appreciate you hanging out today. It's been a great conversation, a lot of engagement today. A lot of people tuned in and just had a lot of fun. I really enjoy doing these. So I'm glad that we're able to get together like this. I hope everybody's doing well, staying safe, staying healthy, and getting through the tough times. And I hope this helps at least in some small way. So thanks so much, and figure out what you want out of life and go out and get it because you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world. See you tomorrow at 3:00. Peace.